Today it was time for me to test my gymnastics abilities because I'm trying to learn as many new skills as possible this summer, and I thought I would start by testing if I can still do tumbling, which is basically a series of connected skills. And if you've never seen my channel before, I teach myself gymnastics and I kind of document my journey on here. So in my last video, for example, I learned a standing aerial, and I also tried to learn a backflip recently, but today I just wanted to go back to tumbling. I mean, my username used to be Tumbling Hannah or Hannah Tumbles or something, but I just don't practice enough tumbling anymore. And tumbling is, in my opinion, kind of scary because there's a lot of power and flipping involved, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's just see if I can still tumble. This is something that I haven't done since I was like 15. So I started by warming up a little bit, did a bunch of cartwheels, as many as possible in fact, and then I for some reason started sprinting because I thought it would look cool on camera. As you can see, it definitely did. Did some more cartwheels, a lot of cartwheels apparently, and then I also fell because I got very dizzy from the cartwheels, and that was my warm-up. Okay, and now that we've warmed up, I'm just gonna start with the first connection. So I decided to start simple and just try to do a round-off back handspring, which I've done pretty recently, so I was pretty confident that I could do it. As you can see, I did fail the first attempt, but second attempt I did it, and that was basically just a little bit of a continuation of my warm-up, I guess, just to check that I could do a simple connection. But round-off back handsprings is a skill that I do literally all the time, so now I wanted to try something new for once. So I thought I would start by doing a double aerial. And the first attempt here was just a normal aerial. I had no idea how to connect the two. The second attempt was also just kind of weird because I needed to take a step in between them and I couldn't really figure out how to connect them properly. And the third attempt, I still kind of had this step in it and I didn't really manage to get rid of that just yet, but I think if I keep working on a double aerial, I can definitely connect them better. This was definitely a fun skill though, so I really liked the double aerial. I don't think I'm doing it completely properly yet, but it was definitely fun, and that was the first skill. Next up, I really wanted to incorporate a front walkover into something, so I thought I would do a front walkover into a cartwheel into a back handspring. I just think that a front walkover connects really nicely into a cartwheel, and that was what I started by practicing here, and then I just added a back handspring to this. And surprisingly, this wasn't as scary as I thought at all. I thought I was gonna have to practice this a lot of times before I finally got it, but I did manage to do this pretty quickly, and it was actually a really fun skill. And I'm also going to include this kind of failed attempt at a skill that I really wanted to try. What I tried was doing a aerial back handspring, but here I kind of had the same issue as when I tried the double aerial because I just couldn't really connect the aerial to the back handspring. I think that's going to take a bit more practice. And it also kind of felt really scary to do a back handspring immediately after landing an aerial, but I'm definitely going to come back to this skill at some point. But instead of the aerial back handspring, I kind of improvised a little bit and I made up this new connection where I basically just started with an aerial and did a cartwheel and then a back handspring. So that was at least something. And then I just kind of started trying connections that came to mind. So the first one here, I just kind of improvised and did sort of a double round off into a back handspring. And this one I actually really enjoyed because I guess the power from the two round offs just made the back handspring feel so much easier. And my back handspring usually does not feel super easy. And something else that I had really been wanting to try was to do as many back handsprings in a row after a round off as possible. So that was the next thing here, and when I started I just did one. So I started by doing one and then I did manage to do two. I practiced doing two in a row for a while until I felt like I had a little bit more power to them, because as I just said, my back handsprings are usually not very full of power. And then eventually I did do 3 back handsprings in a row, which was kind of my goal here. This is definitely a skill I want to get better at, just form-wise, like I really want to improve my form here. And while practicing this is also when this beautiful fail happened. Doing many back handsprings in a row is actually pretty scary. And those were all of the tumbling connections that I tried. It was really fun to just kind of refresh my memory on how to tumble, and it definitely made me want to continue practicing this. Make sure to give me ideas on other connections that I can try in the comments. I would also like to work on doing more skills in a row than just 3 to really kind of learn some proper tumbling. But I think this was a good start, and I also think that the conclusion is that I can still do some tumbling, which is good. I also want to thank you for almost 4,000 subscribers. That is really cool. I think right now we are at 3.8k, so almost 4,000. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to do so. But that was everything for this video, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.